Peter Houle, testifying for myself. I've just got about, you've heard all this stuff, right? I think about 10 or 15 times already, if not 150. Anyway, I think everybody should register or no one registers. You're selectively discriminating against the GMO people, and I think that's point one. No one registers or everyone registers. So that's point one. Since May, number 2, you've cost the papaya industry about $10,000 a week, about $250,000, just when we were growing that market. And everybody talks about the, well, that's point 2. We know the Kauai bill is legally flawed. I think there was 39 pages or something to that effect that I read about. And point 3, the council never gave us a cost of this bill yet. The Kauai bill is about $1.25 million. And this registering stuff, we're all just going to have a secretary, and here's our form for where we register. It's a lot more detailed than that. So you haven't given us a cost of that. And the next point is, it's kind of sad that you didn't go to the farmers and ranchers before you took up this huge bill. I mean, by huge, I mean it's not 7 people testifying on a small item. You've taken the most ambitious legislation that we're facing in today's society, and you 9 people are going to make a judgment about that. That's a hard call, but you're going to have to make that call. I think it would have been better up to the EPA, the FDA, and USDA to make, they're the governing bodies on that. This is the lowest level of government.
Thank you, sir.
Can I summarize?
Very quickly. Go ahead.
It's just sad you never talked to the farmers.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Judy.
Good afternoon, County Council. I am Judy Houle, and I oppose Bill number 113. I have 5 college degrees, 3 of them are in science, and our family has been in agriculture, commercial agriculture on the Big Island for over 25 years. I still don't call myself a biotechnology expert. We rely on our university to educate us. I have patiently sat in this room and listened to public testimony and council discussions for almost 6 months. We have taken time away from our jobs, businesses, and families to help protect the rights of our farmers, ranchers, nurserymen, and dairies. We are being attacked by a small, hostile group of loud, arrogant, intolerant activists who believe it is their mission to damage and destroy the biotechnology industry. There has been no commercial organic farmers that are certified that have lost their certification because of GMOs. People can choose to shop at the organic food stores. We don't take that away from them. There is only 93 certified organic farms in the whole state of Hawaii, and there is only 293 acres in production of organic farmers. They say they cannot coexist with us, but we have 2.5 million acres on this island alone. Why can't they coexist with us? So far, the GMO farmers have been harassed, shamed, terrorized, and financially damaged by these many months of bills, amendments, and testimonies. There have been slanderous quotes of fear have been printed in the media, casting doubts on the safety of eating our papayas. Remember, this is not a court of law, so people can say whatever they want without consequences. But the council must rise above the mudslinging and present a calm, informed, factual, and legal legislation. We have volunteered our time to help inform the council, but instead we have been ridiculed by hostile activists.
Thank you. That was 2 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Please vote no.
Thank you. Okay, back to Kona. 2 more testifiers, please.
Okay, next 2 testifiers. Sarah Shirley in support of Bill 113 and Courtney Rivera in support of Bill 113.
Aloha, I am Sarah Shirley. I live in North Kona. I'm from Hilo originally, and I do support this bill, especially the part about prohibiting open-air cultivation, propagation, development, or testing of genetically engineered crops and plants. I'm not an activist. I'm not paid to be here. I'm a mom. I should be home right now cooking dinner and doing homework, but I chose to be here because I feel passionately about this. It is my children's future, and I feel very strongly about genetically modified crops, especially the open pollinated variety. I could go on and on. I have paperwork upon paperwork about what it does to people, the land. Scientists can't even agree on the safety of it. I don't think we should be a test lab here on our island. Thank you.
Aloha Council, my name is Courtney Rivera. For the last 6 years, I've been restoring our land soil, our intent to start a farm. Heirloom, we believe in conserving and promoting culturally diverse but endangered food crops for future generations by collecting, growing, and sharing heirloom seeds and plants. Heirloom seeds are old, open-pollinated seeds that have been passed down through many generations. By opposing Bill 113, you are denying my ability to grow organic, non-genetically modified heirloom varieties of vegetables and fruits. GMOs operate outside the boundaries of nature. They are the source of expensive lawsuits for farmers. Companies like Monsanto regularly accuse farmers of stealing their seeds, even though GMO-tainted pollen often lands in an organic farmer's land unknowingly via Mother Nature. This is not a fear, but a fact. No one can guarantee that the plant's pollen wouldn't drift, contaminating conventional and organic crops nearby. The definition of coexist is exist at the same time or in the same place. Please enlighten me. How can I, a non-GMO farmer, coexist with a GMO farmer? I can't. Building a giant glass dome with electronic simulators for wind, ventilation, robotic bees and insects, everything that nature provides to me for free to decrease my chances of cross-pollination is a bit out of my budget. Why do I have to put up with the infringing of my right to grow a non-GMO crop? By not passing this bill, eventually I will not be able to save my seed to grow for the next season because of cross-pollination from contaminating GMOs. As a non-GMO farmer, what I grow does not contaminate what my neighbor grows. As you can see, there is no coexisting with GMOs in our agriculture because I, as a non-GMO farmer, will not exist. Only the GMO farmers will exist, and where is the justice there? Farmers have gotten a lot of bad agricultural advice from experts in the past. I think the consequences of GMOs are unclear, and perhaps the devil we know is better than the devil we don't know. Despite the glut of competing claims about what's best economically and environmentally, not to mention scientifically or morally, you all need to put aside your own conflicted feelings and instead rest your final decision on something more black and white. The people are speaking, and they want you to support Bill 113. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'd like to move over to Kohala. Take 2 more testifiers, please.
Our next testifier is Will House, speaking, representing himself, an organic farmer, speaking in support and making comment on Bill 113.
Hello, my name is Will House, and I'd like to draw attention to some wisdom available to us from the Native American culture, to sit in circle to consider the way of the tribe. As each issue affecting the tribe travels around their council circle, the last is that of the women, who hold the interest of the children of future generations. The effect of GMO, the long-term effects of GMO, seem to be in question. I suggest we walk cautiously for the sake of the children and future generations. Let us wait on this issue of GMO till we know for sure, scientifically, it is safe. And we can accomplish the benefits of feeding the hungry, not just feeding the interest of corporations with record profits. No reason to move so quickly. Let us walk cautiously.
Our next testifier is Joy Vanderwall, representing herself, Keola and Soraya, her daughters. speaking in support of Bill 113.
Thank you.
Aloha, my name is Joy Vanderwall, and I am speaking, representing myself and the future generations. I moved to the Big Island in '91. I remember the papaya farms at the time were battling ring spot virus on the skins of the papayas. They're grown for a profit down there, and that's kind of what it seems to be happening now, is that food is more of a profit thing than a survive thing and nourish our bodies and keep us healthy. I pray that you vote for Bill 113, that if we can't get GMO completely out of our hair, that at the very least, we can regulate them and require them to label their products. So we have the choice of whether we want to put this unnatural, i.e. not made and provided by God, or not. What do we want to do? I would rather pay an extra $2 for something that is organic, that is non-GMO, than buy in bulk something that's going to put me in the hospital sometime sooner, playing into that little conspiracy game. I'm for what is natural. The overwhelming amount of people I hear saying no to GMO, yet our government associates keep allowing it to happen. It's off the wall. And I pray that you vote yes, Bill 113.
Thank you. I'm going to go to Pahoa, but before I do that, I'd like to have Russell Rudderman and Terry Cabrero please come forward. Okay, Pahoa, do you have 2 more speakers?
Terry? Yes. First of all, we have Ms. Megan Tripp representing herself. Following her is Ms. Renee Siracusa representing Malama Okuna, both in support.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I'd like us to paint 2 pictures together. In the first picture, I'd like you to imagine your favorite scene from nature. Imagine it in your heads right now. So for me, that's the sun rising over the ocean on a crisp summer morning. Lily flowers blooming at midnight while frogs are singing in the background. Dolphins spinning, making waves. And my family sitting down to a healthy meal, a food that's local, that's imbued with love, where we all have the time to appreciate and to live in a style that encourages our health. Okay, now I want you to imagine life in an alternate universe where nature has been destroyed, where the sun is too hot and is scorching the earth, flowers don't want to bloom because the rain is contaminated, the sun is too hot, the soil is full of GMOs. And the dolphins don't imbue you with that sense of playfulness and joy that you get when watching them swimming with them. I also want you to think about your family and not having anybody because they're gone. Cancer has gotten them, mental illness, paranoia. The government is watching us. There's so many things that are going on right now that can lead to this alternate reality. We have both at our disposal, and really it's up to us. Personal is political, and we are infinite intelligence living out this life. So please think about your choices.
Thank you.
My name is Renee Siracusa, and I'm an organic farmer. I have been gardening since I was 5 years old, and so that makes 70 years now that I've been either gardening or farming organically. I remember when, before the ring spot virus hit, papaya growers were getting more than $4 a pound. Then the virus hit, and they were told by the ag department to cull their fields. I culled mine, and I haven't been able to grow papaya since, because the ones who didn't opted to go with GMOs, and I didn't want my crops contaminated. I wanted to continue being an organic farmer. So they have cost me a lot of money over the years, and they're complaining now that this will cost them. At any rate, the price went down from more than $4 to about $1 a pound that it is now. And this is how we are told that GMO saved the papaya industry. Well, I beg your pardon, but I'm thinking of all these other food crops that we're growing, and ornamental crops as well, and I would hope that we will not be saved by GMOs, because if that's the way they save us, we might as well go right down the tubes. So please support Bill 113. It is not my favorite. I would sure like a lot stronger, less exemptions and a lot stronger position. But hey, it's a start, and it's better than what we have now, which is nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Here in Hilo, take Mr. Rutterman.
Thank you. My name is Russell Rutterman. I'm testifying on behalf of myself. I thank you, Council, for the opportunity to testify. I urge you to pass Bill 113. The tide of history is moving strongly and swiftly against GMOs. 90% of respondents in many polls show that they want some regulation of GMOs. And this bill is the regulation that the county can do at this time. Organic is the fastest growing segment of our food industry, and the biggest driver of that growth is avoidance of GMOs. I want to emphasize that this bill is urgent. Some people say delay, but if we delay, I believe that a Monsanto-influenced state legislature might take away our chance to protect our island. I want to mention that the Right to Farm bill does not relate to pesticides or GMOs. It relates to urbanization, and an amendment to include GMOs in the Right to Farm bill has failed so far. Regarding papaya farming, it is clearly and prominently exempted in this bill, so I wonder why the opposition. They say it will taint the crop, but the GMO is the taint, not this bill. Hawaiian papaya for years has been on worldwide boycott lists. The issue now is whether we will add more Hawaii crops to that boycott lists or not. That's the economic effect of this bill. I urge you to stand strong. This is people versus corporations, pure and simple. There's 100 times more farmers that need this protection than who oppose it. We can always revisit and allow GMO in the future. Now is the only time we have to keep them out. Please err on the side of caution and keep other Big Island crops off the boycott lists. I thank you for your bravery and integrity in passing this bill to protect our environment, our food supply, traditional farming, and our people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Terry?
Terry Cabarros. I am here, and when I say we, I'm representing myself and my family, my husband Peter Cabarros, my son-in-law Jeremy Tecurio, my granddaughter Tehani Tecurio, my daughters Amanda Tecurio, Chelsea and Kelsey Cabarros, and the people, my neighbors. I am a Google scientist. I learn about GMOs and its pesticides and insecticides through researching both sides for over 2 years and counting, in either the wee hours of the morning or late at night when time is afforded, because it's an important enough issue to spend that time checking it out. Bill 113, it has been so compromised, and it wasn't for the good of all, but to pacify, which is not good at all. You say you don't want the biotech companies here. They don't need to walk in the front door or to be present, physically present to do that. They just need a blight or substantial harm via bacteria or virus or whatever. And they're in via their seeds by way of their farmers. Have you seen the history of the big 6 biotech companies? Their horrific legacy has been nothing but deception, destruction, and death, and it continues on through their GM seeds and chemicals. They are the destroyers. How can one compromise with destroyers? In closing, we support Bill 113 on paper only because it's better than nothing, I guess, but really, we don't support it because it has been compromised to death. We believe that, I know that our world is growing smaller as decisions are being made by our government, not by and for the people, but for the sake of greed and filthy gain. It's happening everywhere. We can no longer trust man, nor should we, to make the right and good decisions for us. We must trust in God in all facets of our lives the way it should be. I cannot even begin to imagine the pressure put upon you by both sides. But when doing the good and the right, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, we have another testifier from Waimea.
Okay, I'll stop there after I go to Kona. Kona,
Thank you.
Kona, do you have 2 more testifiers?
Next 2 testifiers is Staffy Pradas in support of Bill 113. And then we also have Tracy Esslinger in support of Bill 113.
Thank you.
Aloha, I'm Staffy Pradas, a 41-year resident of Hawaii. I'm here on behalf of my wife and my 3 Big Island-born daughters. I am in support of Bill 113. I'd like to share, well, actually, first of all, I feel sorry for a lot of the scientists, some with as many as 5 degrees, and other experts within the Department of Agriculture in Hawaii and in the University of Hawaii system. I feel sorry for them because, unfortunately, just like the big chemical pharmaceutical companies took over the medical education of the United States in 1900, where we were an organic herbology, plant-based, natural healing medical process, it's now all drugs. The same thing happened in the 1950s with our agriculture programs taken over by the big seed and chemical companies, and unfortunately that's who's been training everybody. So these people go into the university system, they go into the State Department of Agriculture, they become farm consultants. And so I feel sorry for them, with the exception of one brave man, Dr. Hector Valenzuela, who broke out of the UH system and is speaking the truth. University of Mexico scientists went throughout Mexico in testing their beloved corn. As you know, Mexico is the heart of corn. Since the days of the Mayans, they had 13 heirloom strains. And unfortunately, they found that all corn in Mexico is contaminated from GMO cross-pollination. So I ask you to not make Hawaii Island an experiment. There is no coexistence. Do not let 1,500 or 2,000 people engaged in GMO agriculture on this island to have 180,000 residents held hostage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Tracy Esslinger. I'm an organic farmer. I've farmed organically on the island of Hawaii for 30 years. I also work for Hamakua Sugar. I address each and every council member. We support Bill 113 as it is. We would like it to be more strict, but we will go with this. I urge each and every one of you to realize that we have a great opportunity here. The more organic farmers on this island that are excluded from other transgenic crops that might contaminate our corn or other crops, that if we're the only island in the chain that does not have GMOs, our products will be worth substantially more. I also would like to address the GMO farmers and ranchers who say that they don't want to have to register and pay $100 a year to say that they grow genetically modified crops. As an organic farmer, I pay $450 per year to register as an organic farm. I also label and signage my farm to make sure nobody sprays any sort of pesticides or herbicides onto my farm. So any rancher that's afraid that they might have to put up a sign that says they have GMO crops, we've been doing it for many years. We like to do it. We advertise that we're an organic farm, and we do not want herbicides sprayed on our farm. I also address some of the other papaya farmers that say that this bill will be the end of farming. It's not the end of farming. It's the beginning of farming. We do not need GMO crops on this island. 99% of the people that come into this council room to testify are in favor of Bill 113. We urge you to pass this bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Waimea?
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Havani Rios. She's in support of Bill 113 and represents herself.
Aloha mai kākou. Thank you for meeting today. My name is Havane and I'm in support of Bill 113. I wanted to come in support as a Native Hawaiian woman, Native person that was raised here on this island and that knows many organic farmers that are trying to do this purpose in a very righteous way, and I'm in a lot of honor of that. And I also wanted to come as a person that has personally worked with Roundup. I worked with Roundup for 7 months every day on Kiri Atoll, taking out invasive weeds, and I wasn't educated about how this would affect me and affect my body and affect the landscape. I read through it and I didn't really understand what I was reading because we didn't have internet out there and I couldn't really grasp the terms. And now that I've come home, I see what I was spraying and I see how it can totally change integrity of the soil that we're planting in. And so this isn't just about genetically modified foods. This is about changing the integrity of our landscape. And the fact that this is going into our rivers and then into our oceans, and we live on an island surrounded by coral. The biodiversity here is so unique and so incredible, and I don't have facts to share with you today. All I have is my passion, because I know that you guys have heard a lot of facts that prove that GMOs aren't good for our landscape, aren't good for our health, aren't good for our bodies. If you change the genetic integrity of our food, that is changing the integrity of our bodies. And so I'm just saying, please pass this bill. This island can be the change. Mahalo nui.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You can turn your microphone off, Donnie.
Sorry.
I don't think it's off yet.
Oh, it's not off yet.
Donnie, thank you. Okay. Kohala.
Yes, our next testifier is Thomas A. Marcello, representing himself, speaking in support, making comment on Bill 113.
I wrote a paper specifically on the toxicological effects of genetically modified organisms during my years at Albright College. In this paper, I cited that there was limited information on long-term studies regarding GMOs. This means we're all in a world conducting the largest feeding experiment in history, except we are the test guinea pigs. The scientific information concerning the potential toxicity of genetically modified plants is extremely limited. Hillbeck, 2011. If long-term and multi-generational studies have not been conducted and documented to a large extent, then we cannot rule out the chance that genetically modified foods are overall unsafe and negatively impacting on our health in the long term. As much as I would love to read my entire 20 or so page paper and cite every source in detail, I am limited to stating the obvious. Even if GMOs are okay, Roundup specifically used for genetically modified plants is not. The main ingredient in this herbicide, glyphosate, is a contaminant in all major rivers and has been linked, sparing you the details, to mammalian, endocrine, and reproductive disruption. Furthermore, a report by the Consumer Federation of America Foundation concluded that flexible laws by the FDA, including huge loopholes that could allow potentially dangerous genetically modified food to enter the food supply, but still leave the FDA blameless if that food is found to be unsafe. Smith, 2008, Farber, 2005. While the food and chemical industries claim that genetically modified food is safe, evidence shows otherwise. Scientists running company-funded experiments may only observe results that will in the long run help a product pass safety and regulatory inspections. The full list, which I do not have time for, of potential negative health and ecological effects goes on. It would be unethical and unjust to let out such a threat to the general public here in Hawaii. Genetically modified foods have had a very little amount of quality testing performed on them. Murray, 2010. Before we can fully understand all the facts and realize the full extent of long-term consequences, it is too late to readjust and travel down a different path. The life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. Unleashing a threat, however potential, that can have a negative long-term effect on the health of human beings here on the island is not righteous. Keep Hawaii pristine and clear of anything not intended by nature itself. Let experimentation occur elsewhere. The people should be able to decide whether to be guinea pigs or not.
Our next testifier is Jeremy Graves, representing himself, speaking in support, making comment on Bill 113.
Aloha, good afternoon, Council. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Jeremy Graves, and I'm a traditional food systems farmer in Kohala. And my perspective is that GMO-based farming is, the way it's used conventionally is depleting the biodiversity of the planet and the resiliency of the ecosystems on the planet. And so to keep it brief, I want to say that GMO-based farming should not be allowed on the island to support the long-term security of this island and the food systems here. And that's all I will say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, going to Pahoa. 2 more testifiers, please.
First, we have Ms. Helene Love representing herself, followed by Ms. Jane Whitefield, also representing herself, both in support.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Helene Love. This is the third testimony I'm doing, and I'll try to speak as quickly as I can. PCBs developed by Monsanto are now shown to be in every part of the world and even found their way into the bodies of polar bears and penguins. Monsanto has created chemicals since 1903 and cares nothing about poisoning anybody or anything. It's not about feeding the world, but controlling the world while hiding their patented chemical ingredients. Be real. Even when adding food dye to food, it has to be studied and listed on food labels. Organic farmers have more restrictions than Monsanto. Monsanto lobbied and manipulated their lies around and around and through the FDA. Spread, maybe even sneak GMO seeds all over the world, and Monsanto is literally in control of all of us. Sounds almost communistic and more than a mortal sin. The corn, soy, and beet silage that is fed to cows has no nutrients and is sprayed with poisons. Monsanto developed a synthetic growth hormone to increase milk production that causes mastitis, and then antibiotics are needed. Does Monsanto tell us what poisons are in our milk, cheeses, and meat of animals fed to GMO foods, and if there are problems with the RNA of our systems digesting it? The Kamehameha estate is not holding righteous with Bernice Bishop would expect Hawaiian leased lands to be used for on Kauai and Oahu. Teach the Hawaiian children how to grow naturally. Mayors, senators, and council members, educate yourselves on this issue and what is being done to our world with this one topic alone. Am I done?
Aloha Council, my name is Jane Whitefield. I've lived here for about 20 years, and I'm in support of Bill 113 and further improvements. Speakers before me have expressed the points that I agree with. I only have one bit of evidence for you to consider. Animals, squirrels, cows, hogs, birds, goats, any animal that eats grain. When given a chance, always choose GMO grain. They haven't read the reports or received any bribes. It's just their way of being.
Thank you.
Okay. Benjamin Cohen. Benjamin Cohen.
Excuse me, ma'am. Jane, we wanted you to clarify your last statement about the grains.
Not.
Animals, when given a chance, a choice, always choose non-GMO grain.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to come back to Hilo now, and Malia DeVincent.
Hi, aloha, council members. My name is Malia DeVincent, and I'm here to testify for myself and my husband Kimo sitting over here. And we support passage of Bill 113 to ban GMOs from Hawaii Island. Our reason for supporting this bill comes from our love of Hawaii and its people. Love to us is when you put what you love first before yourself and any ambitions you may have. Therefore, I put Hawaii Island before my personal gain because I love the land. I have a small farm. I grow heritage foods. I save seeds. Let's look at the biotech industry. What drives them? Is it the love of the land? All we have to do is look at Kauai's pollution in Oahu and Molokai. Their lands are grossly saturated with poisons, their waters are toxic, their reefs are dying, the kids are getting rashes swimming. That doesn't sound like a corporation putting the land before its personal profits. There's no love of Hawaii from them. Let's look at the Hawaii people. Does the health problems from GMO pesticide use show that biotech companies think of the people before themselves? I'm one of those people with the irritable bowel syndrome from eating GMOs. I don't eat GMO, no problem. Eat GMO, I get sick every time. No, there's no love for the people who work, raise their children, or look for the future grandchildren. They're not looking for them. It's plain to see the biotech corporations do not put others first ahead of their profits. Council members, the line is clear. If you love Hawaii and its people and its land, prove it by supporting Bill 113 and passing this today. Thank you.
Thank you. Judith? Please state your name.
Thank you, council people. My name is Judith Moran. I have a huge garden at home, and I eat solely out of my house and garden, and I only eat organic. Because, well, think about Kauai for a minute and the health problems that those people are having right now. That's not here quite yet. Because it is no longer a secret that healthy food creates healthy bodies. That unhealthy food creates unhealthy nations. That the health of our food is a thriving, healthy home and economy. Today, statistics show that 10,800,000 Americans have cancer. Healthy foods heal and repair the body. Science also says that our digestive system is similar to that of pigs. Pigs raised on a mixed diet of GMO corn and soy had higher rates of intestinal problems such as inflammations, ulcers, tumors, thinning and bleeding of the intestine walls, creating all kinds of bleeding stools. Female pigs had larger uterus. What is this doing to our female population? There was no study on male pigs because they were all neutered. But come on, guys, imagine. These findings have set countries like Japan,
Please
South
summarize
Korea,
or finish your statement.
I will. China and others seeking for non-GMO foods and seeds from other countries.
Thank you.
To rightly avoid
Madam Chair.
Your
their
2 minutes
own
are up.
hogs,
Madam
livestock,
Chair.
and their human
Point of order.
population.
I've been going back and forth on this, but the only way for this to actually be truly fair, I don't care which side of this equation you're on, 2 minutes, you're done.
Thank you.
Cow, done, whatever side of it you're on, that's the only way to be fair.
Mahalo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, moving back to Kona. Are there 2 more testifiers there, please?
Our next 2 testifiers, Mihana Kihoi, in support of Bill 113, and then we have Josephine Keli'ipio, support of Bill 113.
Aloha. My name is Mihana Kihoi,
I'm a native Hawaiian and a mother of my 10-year-old daughter, and I am in strong support of this bill. I think living in Hawaii, we live in one of the most beneficial lands on this earth to be able to grow and cultivate all year round. And we should be thankful for that and blessed, because there's not a lot of places you can do that. So, I mean, this isn't an attack on any kind of farmer, but if you're saying this affects the livelihood of your crops and your livelihood, then if you can't resort to traditional farming methods and natural elements of the earth like sunlight, rain, soil, seeds, then you shouldn't be a farmer, because that's all you need to produce your crops and its livelihood. I don't want this to be the legacy that I leave to my daughter. I don't want to fill her body with poison. And our state motto, you know, I already mentioned this before in the last testimony I gave, is to perpetuate the life of the land in righteousness. GMO production will never be righteous, and it will never perpetuate life to the land. So I think we need to go back into time and reserve the traditional methods that our people have already done. Our people use the natural elements, they use fish ponds, they use seasons of the moon to do farming, and I think we need to go back to that. Everything is already provided for us here, and we need to preserve it and respect it and continue to live life righteously and protect our children. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to protect my daughter, and I won't stop at anything to make sure that she's healthy and living the way that we have lived for thousands of years. So I hope that you listen to the people and respect what we're saying, because my heart breaks for Kauai. And I think the world is watching us right now. We need to lead them. Mahalo.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Josephine Kilipio, and yesterday I read a letter to the editor in our Kona paper, West Hawaii Today, about GMOs being approved as safe by the FDA, EPA, and USDA. But did you know that even if GMO crops are approved as safe by the FDA, does not mean that they are in fact safe? Pharmaceutical drugs serve as a good example of this. Did you know that it is not common practice for the FDA to do its own independent studies before the drugs are released into the public? In other words, the FDA puts its complete trust in the clinical studies performed and paid for by the drug companies, even though many of these studies have been proven to be biased in favor of the drug, and even though the studies try to minimize the negative and many times serious side effects of the drug. So these drugs are released, and you, the public, become the experimental lab rats. The FDA then takes action to limit or black box the drug based on how many hundreds of you die or are seriously harmed by these drugs. If not enough of you die or are harmed, then the drug is deemed safe. And unfortunately, this is exactly how the FDA will prove the safety of the GMO crops. You are the lab rats. This needs to stop. This irresponsible practice needs to stop. And it needs to begin right now here in Hawaii County by passing Bill 113. And just as a side note, before I conclude, there was a researcher earlier that I listened to today who spoke of golden rice and how it was necessary, GMO golden rice, and how it was necessary to do it due to its vitamin A content. And would you believe that just last night I saw a video of a pediatrician in Senegal who had the young mothers with their newborns. She had them grind up powder from the moringa tree leaves, feed it to their babies, and lo and behold, that powder was so high in vitamin A content that those babies never suffered a vitamin A deficiency. And for those of you who don't know what the moringa tree is, it's the kalamungay tree. All Filipino farmers know, and this is a very valuable tree. Thank you.
I'd like to go to Kohala. Are there two more?
Yes, our next testifier is Emily Sessoms, representing herself, Susan Lynn, and Wes Sessoms, speaking in support and making comment on Bill 113.
Aloha, and thank you for listening. My name is Emily, and I'm an aspiring farmer. I recently graduated summa cum laude, studying agricultural systems and human rights, focusing on the inalienable human right to food sovereignty. Food sovereignty is the ability to choose to consume whatever food you wish to sustain yourself, whether you grow it yourself or purchase it. So many people argue economics, let the people decide what to buy, organic or not. But we know that government subsidies flood the market with GMO crops, lowering the price but hiding the cost, and they're often not labeled. Of course, those who are financially constrained will act economically to feed their family. It is not a choice. It is a fight against starvation, and it is leading to obesity, diabetes, and other health issues. There has been no long-term safety testing on the effects of GMOs on human health, and the studies that have been conducted have been by the very agencies that benefit from their continual use. GMO crops engineered are resistant to the corporation's own chemical brands, which they then sell for profit. But you've heard all this. You know the arguments. I can cite scientists. I can cite farmers and politicians. America talks about being a country of innovation, and GMOs have been reduced down to an amazing scientific feat, just as the atomic bomb was a spectacle of man's creativity until we saw the consequences. Allow us to become food sovereign. Hawaii deserves more than that. Let us be the change we wish to see, but most importantly, help those who don't realize the harm that they cause. Don't just outlaw GMOs here. Provide support for the people that feed us, including the farmers that currently use GMOs. They have families too. Help us move towards a more holistic and healthy system, and let us be the change that we wish to see. Mahalo.
Thank you. Before the next speaker starts, I just wanted to make an announcement that we're going to take a recess in a few minutes right after I finish the next speaker and then the two in Hilo. Then we'll take a 5-minute recess. And just so that it is fair, I know you're all trying to summarize and do your statement in 2 minutes, but I don't like to cut you off in the middle of a sentence, but when you hear the sound, please just either finish that sentence or stop. Okay? Thank you. You can continue in Kohala, please.
Our next testifier is Drew Doty, representing himself, Mike, Jill, Katie, and Janice Doty, speaking in support and making comment on Bill 113.
Hello, thank you for hearing me. I'm from Nebraska, Virginia, and Colorado, all respectively, and I recently graduated from Rollins College in Orlando, Florida. I've been studying food systems around the world for about 4 years now, and I recently moved to North Kohala to work on an organic, completely non-GMO farm, and I have to say that the past 2 months have been the happiest of my life. And the only reason I can say that is because the work that I do every day, I know what I'm doing is actually benefiting this earth. My degree led me to realize that my generation is faced with a world that's got a lot of problems, and that a lot of the life that I was brought up into is actually extracting from this earth rather than cultivating it and building it up. So I've come to know North Kohala as my home in a short 2 months, and like I said, the only reason I can do that is because I know the work I'm doing here is good for the earth. So I'm in support of Bill 113 because of this, and I hope we'll vote in favor of it as well. But I also hope that you realize, as Emily said, that this is only the first step. Should this bill be passed, this is going to require a huge scale of education to cultivate a new generation of farmers on how to cultivate the Big Island without herbicides and pesticides and non-GMOs. Thank you.
Thank you. I also needed to announce that Chairman Jay Yoshimoto has joined this meeting. And over to Pahoa. Do you have two more testifiers?
Yes, we have Mr. Robert Patrici representing Punapuna Alliance. He'll be followed by Ms. Karen Ashley representing herself, both in support.
Aloha Council. My name is Robert Patrici. I'm representing the Punapuna Alliance. I'm an organic farmer in Pohiki. From what we heard and what I've seen in the prices here, the GMO has already hurt the papaya farmer. He's getting $1 a pound as opposed to $4 a pound now. How is that helping? As an organic farmer, I can't grow papayas in Pohiki because I'm surrounded by GMO papayas. So basically that's a crop that I'm restricted from growing under the current law. The prices for GMO products around the world are low, and they're being rejected by 60 plus countries now. There's restrictions all over the place. You're going to damage the agricultural markets if you don't pass this bill. We have to do something to keep the GMOs out of Hawaii County, at least for the time being, until some more of this stuff is looked at. And when you talk about science, we heard that same science for asbestos, EDT, tobacco, dioxin, and on and on and on. And these products are safe, and we use them. We put them into our communities and into our cities, and look what happens. And then 10, 20 years later, well, the science wasn't so good. I think the GMO science is the same. I don't think the GMO science is good. It's certainly not. And it's the kind of thing that you can't put back in the bottle. Once you let the GMO genie out of the bottle here on this island for papayas, say, or whatever it is, corn, you can't take that back. Over 90% of the testimony you've received has been in favor of this bill. Do you represent us or not? Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is Karen Ashley, and I'm a 32-year cancer survivor. 11 years ago, my daughter went to medical school and put me through on a completely GMO-free diet, and the blood in my urine went away, my high cholesterol went away, my arthritis went away, and I lost 40 pounds, and I've kept it off 11 years. I haven't even needed to take an aspirin in 11 years except to get some teeth removed. I grew a completely organic garden for my landlord in Molokai, and when one of the Monsanto managers quit his job in Molokai, and the Department of Agriculture also moved out, 2 years later my animals were all murdered, and I was shot by a Monsanto employee while mowing the front lawn in Molokai. I live here on the Big Island to escape that, but I can see the problems are the same here. And Monsanto do not play in none of the GMO companies. They're just chemical waste disposal agencies for the chemical companies. And we really need to be looking at Wall Street and the Dow Exchange and why they are why they're dumping their chemical waste. We have the highest cancer rate for turtles on Earth, the highest leukemia rate for babies on Earth. Don't you care about people? Please, show you do. Vote against genetically modified organisms. Thank you.
Okay. Here in Hilo, are you Deborah?
Hi. Hit the button.
Is your microphone on?
My name is Deborah Welch, and I stand in support of a 100% ban of GMO crop growing on the island of Hawaii, and I support this bill. I'm a volunteer for the Time to Show GMO campaign, and my task has been to focus on scientific research that proves safety. I've been investigating the website that I was directed to by CTAR, our County Agricultural Extension Office. The site is entitled Biofortified. It is a site published by GMO advocates. It lists 2,300 GMO studies. From our looking into the site, the longest study GMO advocates have to offer, testing the safety of feeding GMO to animals, is 90 days. I want to repeat that statistic. The longest study GMO advocates have to offer, testing the safety of feeding GMO to animals after 20 years of being on the market, seems to be 90 days. Time to Show GMO is a public awareness campaign. We are encouraging Hawaii residents to come to our website and answer a brief survey. The survey asks, after 20 years of being in our grocery stores, how long of a scientific study would you hope to find showing that GMO foods are safe to eat? Our results so far are that people are stunned that 30 days represents a long-term study. Based on my experience today, the industry will spend more money on t-shirts and radio ads than it will to fund one single long-term study. Maybe because when scientists start to look at pigs fed 100% GMO for 6 months, things start to fall apart radically. Read America's Two-Headed Pig. And I ask, if the industry was proud and confident, why wouldn't they be the first in line, wanting a long-term study? They're bluffing, that's why. I ask each council person, is a 90-day long-term study sufficient to put your minds at ease?
Thank you. Michelle. Thank you for waiting.
Just now.
Aloha. My name is Michelle Prevost, and I am representing the Mother Earth and all of humanity. I am a minister, therapist, and a farmer. I support Bill 113. I have lived in Hawaii for 20 years, and I love the aina. It just makes me feel so sad to hear all this. I live on the Hamakua coast, where 300 plus acres of GMO corn are being grown as we speak. We have a 20-acre farm where we are committed to growing everything as natural as possible. To me, Mother Nature knows best. I could go on with what you've already heard, because everything I have on my paper is what you've already heard pretty much. But all I'm going to say is that I do really believe that the trend of the future is healthy organic food. I've been eating organic food since I was 20, and now I'm 58, and I'm a vegetarian. And back in the day when I was 20, there was very few people who shopped that way. And now when I go into the health food store, I see so many people who want to become more healthy. And I think we could be a shining example of what that is here on the Big Island. And I pray that you will consider no GMOs.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute recess. We'll be back.
Minutes. 5 minutes. And they apparently mean it now. Never meant it before. It was always kind of 5, 15.
When did they make the switch between 2 to 3 minutes? You prepare yourself for 3 minutes and then you find out it's 2.
Mr. Glickman, I just wanted to talk to you for a
Hello.
Did you see?
See what?
Breaking news.
What happened?
House Judiciary Committee just passed out.
amended? Did they amend it?
They didn't say yet.
I heard they were going to amend it.
Same-sex marriage?
Yeah.
House judiciary.
Just a minute ago, yeah. Apparently Kaniela Ng was the star of the show. I saw more tweets about him than anybody else, so I don't know what happened, but I'm going to check the video for Kaniela Ng, because he's a rock star.
Where did you get the video for that when you put those in?
I run the Olelo through my Procaster.
What's through the Procaster?
Yes, I'm running Procaster right now. See, this is...
So have you been rolling on it? Have you been procasting?
I tried to do it this morning and I couldn't hold the signal.
Just too much.
It was like 2 or 5 minutes and it would crash and it was just, it was killing me. So anyway, we're running, yes, through a camera now, or I can frame out any portion of my desktop. So I
saw
can make
that,
a window,
I saw
and
when
make it bigger.
you had one that was just, and you zoomed into it.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool, yeah.
That's me just
'Cause
resizing
I can't
the
grab
window.
those silver, what is that, silver light or whatever that is?
Yeah.
I can't
and
grab
so
it.
this is how you can do it. You
Yeah.
can watch anything
you can see here?
Yes. And so actually, look too, you can even do like 2D mix. I can change it. I can show my screen. So like if I want to show a YouTube
Did this cost
video.
money? You have to pay
No,
for
it's free. It's free. So you get a live stream account just so you have an account.
Right, I think I
and
have
then
one of those.
Procaster. Go
And then-
download the Procaster.
And you don't need more money for that?
No. I don't pay for anything. I'm super cheap.
I mean, with things like that, you shouldn't have to.
No, well, and I have one of the old accounts, one of the old good ones.
Oh, okay.
What you got there?
We can share that. Okay.
Okay.
Jay Yoshimoto, how to gut this and gut that.
Fresh hot off the
Eliminate,
presses?
it would allow in other words, it would give an exemption to horticultural, so all floral, and it would eliminate registration, and it would give a process that through the council could sort of authorize, through the planning department, authorize anyone else to get an exception to the bill by going through here. So like, you got enough. Anyway, so that's...
Nobody goes to the planning department meetings but me. That's not
Well,
helpful.
point is, it's how we can let our pals in.
Can this be discussed tonight? Or
Yes, it can.
He's going to propose that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he may not propose it now, but that's right.
right
So
on.
he doesn't attend all day, and
It's
then
got a
he
number, yeah?
I think it's going to continue to testify.
We can pretend we found it on the internet. We can talk about it. That's how you know. It's got a number on it. It's official. Exactly. Okay. Okay. Aloha, Anonymous. Hi.
Ran away.
Yes.
Can
We
you
are.
get in touch with someone in Kona and make sure that it's Nancy Redfeather there?
What's yeah? Here, let me see one.
You can
Just a second.
take
Here.
Get
Somebody
them
in
to make
Kona.
copies.
Kona, you need to ask for this communication.
Give them the number.
393. Can you see that?
Well, it's
there
great
it
that
is.
we have New York Times coffee.
Get that. Everybody, actually, all the satellite sites. That is Jay's new amendment that he just got here and gave to everybody. So it is COM number 393.166. She says it takes out the registration. Oh yeah, look, see right there, it's struck out. You can tell by the words with the lines through it that part gets struck out. No more registration. There's a floriculture exemption, emergency exemption. Registration is struck. That's no. And then she said something about going through the planning committee. Okay, so that's 393. Yes, thank you for writing that. No, not 399. 393.166. Okay, it's got a number, which means it's posted. You can find it maybe on the Laserfiche. Let's see. Let's see. A little farther back, Carrie. What? Oh, you were talking about the sheet. Okay. Any questions? We're still on potty break. We got probably 3 more minutes. It's really pretty outside. Do you want to go see? Should we go see? Like, I posted. What time did Jay come back, y'all? I posted it in here before she said it. It was, what, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago? I didn't think to look at the time. Okay, wait, there's actually pretty clouds, and we almost never have pretty clouds. So I'm going to pull a couple plugs, and we're going to go outside and look at them just for a second. Just for a second. Planning committee or the council?
I'm going to go by the planning commission and by the council, so it looks like I did.
But nobody goes to the planning commission meetings. It's just me. There's one on Thursday. You want to come? They're at Laugh Right. See? I challenge you to attend. You're a good boy. It's still horrible. Actually, to be honest, they're kind of my favorite Sunshine Board of all. No, just the way they operate. The fact that they take the testimony and then they ask questions right after, and they usually do. You know, like these guys would. They will sometimes call you up, and but it's more like the state senate. Yeah, it's more like a discussion. You know, so don't get up there and just ramble off a bunch of random shit off the top of your brain, because they'll ask you about it. they know your name, and I know it's on the record. All right, we'll be back in a second. We're gonna go out the side door. We're gonna go out the side door. We're gonna go out the side door. Okay, do you need that back?
No.
Okay, good. All right, good. We're
so
discussing.
Can you also get it to Coca-Cola? Make sure Dave, does Dave have a copy?
You told everybody, right?
Every center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the point is on the registration that if they say everybody should register or not just the GMOs, then put that bill in if you're using atrazine or D or whatever. But plus, on the exempting the horticulture, what about the bees? You know, the whole web of life. You know, and then the other one where it's, and we can exempt anyone we want who has the pull to make it through the planning commission.
Yeah, well, we were just talking.
No criteria. Yeah. So
I go to the planning commission.
This is
I'm
his
the only
last.
one.
He doesn't come all day. He doesn't come all day
and
hear anything, and then he does this. This is
so
a typical
we're
irresponsible.
Fired so you up enough to make it through testimony tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure that. But the point is.
No, I don't think so. Okay,
but the point is, these are the issues that should be discussed in the Agri Committee.
Yes.
You know, we have sort of a basic thing, and this is what we should discuss.
How we're going to do it.
Yeah, and how we're going to do it. Not someone, and that's why he's been delaying the microphone.
Exactly, Mama. I'm with you. Yeah, he just showed up. What time did he check in? Did anybody notice the clock?
I didn't.
I didn't either. I mentioned. What time did Jay get here? Like 15 minutes ago?
No, about 45 minutes ago.
No, really? Has it been that long?
Yeah.
See, I typed it in the chat so that they would. You guys were supposed to mark that. Okay. All right. Wait. I gotta turn this around. Oh. Okay, hold on. We'll be back. We'll be right back. But we have to see the sunset, because you don't understand. It's Hilo, and we almost never get a sunset. Did you see it? Yeah. Did you see it?
See what?
Go get it. Go get it. Number 3, go to the front desk.
Okay.
Just change it.
Ask for 393.166.
Thank you.
Okay?
You grabbing it?
Yep. Jay's new amendment. It cuts out registration. It cuts out here.
No, she's gonna grab me one.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go tell the folks. We're gonna go discuss. If you want to go discuss,
thank you.
And look at the sunset. Dang it, we missed it. It's almost gone. Look, but there. Can you see it? There's a little bit of pink sky left. Just a little bit. We will walk out here. Look, this is the back side of our county building. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so there's Wailoa Park. There's the King Cam statue. See the traffic over there? That's Bayfront. That's where we do our sign wavings and stuff. And then this is County Council. My second home. Okay, all right. Well, sorry, it was gorgeous like 3 minutes ago, but apparently Jay's amendment had other plans for us. Okay, so let's discuss.
It's like anything.
Yeah, I know. That's right. That marshmallow
Too bad. He was like right behind
So what are they doing there? They're going to move to amend it?
Here we go. Yep.
So that means it has no registration. It has to go back to the herd again, right?
No. They can amend it on the floor and make a decision right now. So go next door and get 393.1. Oh, you already talked.
They can't.
Yeah, they can. It's called a floor amendment. Can't be substantive, but I would say crossing out half of the bill. Like that whole page and that half a page and that half a page. That page is okay. And that page, it might be new. Who knows? Oh yeah, it goes to the planning commission now, which is boring as shit. And they approve everything. They approve everything or they don't. I mean, it's this kind of thing. They'll approve everything. You know, they won't put, you know, a mega shopping mall in the middle of your little subdivision, you know, that kind of stuff. Usually they can be sentenced to. This kind of stuff is going to be rubber stamped. Guaranteed. All right, well, I haven't even signed up to testify yet. Watch out. My goodness. All right. No, I didn't. What? Still yet. You know how you make papaya farmers nervous? Walk through them with a laptop. Works every time. Oh, cannot see who I'm looking for. All right.
Is there a reason why you're sitting here? You're reading signs? So people are crying foul before the veto even happened.
You know what? You could probably move over to one of those chairs now. Those are way more comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
There was nobody chairs, and Amy gave her a chair earlier. But you know, those are way more comfortable if you want to move over there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that because I respect the people on both sides of the fence, and it's kind of like the next day after you make your decision,
everywhere.
you have to face
It's just you just sign on, and there's a firewall, and you go through that, no password or nothing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's just free. What is it called?
Well, that's what I think. That's what.
CO Hawaii guest.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, you mean like you
Yeah.
could have maybe like
Yeah, no, it's a really good connection.
I know we're organized for a hearing over there on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it all comes down to
Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, the internet is great here. Usually, it was. I dropped the stream a couple times, but it's better now. I think enough people have. See, everybody with a laptop, they're sucking up my bandwidth. See that guy? I know that guy. Beat him over the head.
Everything I just said is on there?
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't looked at it.
We're always live. Always. Yeah. All right. So did you get yourself a new amendment?
The planning commission would be a venue to come.
It says approved by council and council.
I love how he's not in here. Yeah, he just introduces his bullshit amendment and doesn't even come to see everyone's reaction.
Shows up 20 minutes ago, throws a BS amendment at us, and doesn't hang out to talk to anybody.
Or even listen to his constituents. And this guy's running for mayor, guys. That's the word.
I've been spreading that rumor for a year.
She said something about
Pegged it. He doesn't want to move to Oahu. He's got little baby kids, and I think he wants to live on this island. So what else is he going to do?
You got a chair. Okay. What a lost class. I've actually been like okay with Jay. Now I'm not.
He's been the Teflon Don for, what, 5 years now. I mean, he doesn't really say a lot, he doesn't really do anything, and now all of a sudden, you missed his little hissy fit. Last time we met in Kona, he had a full-on meltdown. Did you see about that? Got up behind his chair. My camera didn't catch it at all, because my camera was over here, like, looking at the audience, and he, like, got up behind his chair and started yelling at us from behind his chair. And like spazzed out for when they came around the side. Spazzed at us from the side for a while. I'm not kidding you. Jay Yoshino.
Right.
We all about fell over sideways.
We're going to use that against him.
I would have run, honestly, I would have run up and got my camera and pointed it at him, but he was freaking me out. He was like really like, you know, like when your really nice dad all of a sudden just loses it for the first time. He's like, you're just frozen stiff. It was like that. And he's still gone. Oh, no.
Yeah, they're just coming back. They're just coming back. So them still.
Very odd.
You got a nice comfy seat in your desk.
No, I can't leave or somebody will take my spot. Yes. There's all this real media here.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, where'd that New York Times reporter go?
That's him. That's him.
Oh.
That guy. Yeah. Tackle. Go. So that was Jen. Okay. What? You have a question for me. My opinion about the Monsanto issue in America with GMOs. What is my opinion about the Monsanto issue in America and GMOs? Well, we hate Monsanto. Monsanto is easy. That was easy. Is that a trick? Do I have to scroll up and find out if it's a trick? I think they're gathering up. So I was going to plug back in there. And I think it's never going to turn on. It's never going to turn on. See, look, and then it's, oh wait, time set. You just did something. It said time, and now it says time set. So, I don't know, keep pushing it. It's like the first time ever I'm not frozen to the bone in here, so I'm sure you all are going to be bacon. I think they're on a master switch because sometimes like they have game commission, yeah, and at 4:30 everything shuts down because game commission meets across the hall at 6:30 the last several months on Monday, and it's pretty warm in here by 6:30 at night. Even with nobody in, I mean there was like 8 people. So fan. Okay. Okay. Alright, we have most of the people, so I'm going to turn the thing around. And then I have to go hook up my other camera, so y'all are on your own. Be nice to each other. The stream looks to be holding steady. We're at an hour 17 on this one. Yeah, we hate Monsanto. I don't understand the question. I really don't. But Anonymous Vendetta, happy Guy Fawkes Day. We didn't do anything. I actually have masks in my trunk just in case I can get people together for like a photo op. I am set with 6 masks or so, but I don't think it's going to happen. We're being overshadowed by GMO. So no Guy Fawkes for GMO. And it happened on S17 too. On S17 was GMO Day too. So it was just GMO all day. GMO all day, all night. The camera is still charging. I think I'm going to let it charge. I think we're going to let the good camera go. And we're going to continue on with the flip cam, which is also almost dead. I got to get a battery. I'll be right back. We'll get a battery.
I'm going to end there. Do you want me to come back? No. Thank you. I appreciate
Okay, good evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting back to order. Thank you, everyone, for their patience. We still have... thank you. Yes, I have assumed the chair. Thank you, Ms. Yao, for running the meeting this afternoon. I apologize. I had scheduling issues, and as my choice was either to have this meeting 2 weeks from now or have it today without my presence. So, of course, I chose to have the meeting today. We owe the public and everyone an opportunity to participate, so that's why I still had the meeting, even though I wasn't here for the beginning portion of the meeting. So just wanted to make that announcement. And also, we have, looks like at least, or maybe about 60 more testifiers signed up here in Hilo. I think we have other testifiers in various sites. Why don't we get an update as to where we are on the other sites. Scott, Kona, how many more testifiers do we have in Kona?
We have 2 testifiers left there.
Okay, 2 testifiers in Kona. Waimea, are we complete? Yep. Thank you, Scott. Are we completed in Waimea?
We have no testifiers.
Okay, not in Waimea. Okay. Okay, and let's check in with Ka'u. How many more testifiers, Ka'u?
We have no testifiers in Ka'u.
Okay, and thank you. And Pahoa, how many testifiers do we have left?
We have about 12 more to go, and about a dozen that have signed up and have left but might come back.
A dozen more left. Okay, thank you. And here in Hilo, like I said, I think we have about 60 some odd testifiers left to testify. Okay. So council members, just as an announcement, I want to make sure that everyone's knows what to expect in terms of the meeting.
Hi, this is Pahoa.
Yes.
Somebody answered for us. I apologize, but we have 2 testifiers left here.
Okay. Oh, Kohala. I'm sure. I'm sorry. Okay. So 2 in Pahoa, and how many in Kohala? 12?
We have 12 still to go, and about 12 that have signed up and left and might be back.
Okay. 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 So the staff is tallying up the numbers. Okay, just so we know where we are. Okay. Anyway, as I was talking. Point of order, I assume?
Well, no,
Oh.
really, I'm not going to call point of order. But we're going to be here quite late, and I think we need to deal with the dinner issue.
Okay, well, actually, I was just getting to there, Ms. Ford. So anyway, as I was mentioning earlier, I decided to schedule the meeting today, knowing that it'd be difficult for me to schedule, but I'm here now anyway. But I can't stay till midnight or whatever this is going to take. So yes, I do, Miss Lily. We've been through this all together. We're in the same canoe, and I appreciate everyone's patience. The thing that I'm grappling with is to, of course, be fair to everyone. I recognize that everyone has schedules and things. So what I wanted to discuss real quickly, I'll tell you that my intention today was to just go to about 6:30 because we have a full day. Let me finish. We have a full day of council tomorrow, and then we just complete this at the next committee day as we've been doing. Now, I know there's people here that have testified that they want this, over and done with, and we just vote on it up or down or whatever it is. So I respect that completely. At the same time, I got to respect the fact that we don't have all of our council members here, and that we're not all of us going to be able to be here throughout the night. So I'll tell you, my intention when we scheduled this meeting today was to recess the meeting at about 6:30, knowing what I knew at that time. Now, I know there's additional concerns that we want to, of course, finish this today or tomorrow or whatever it is. But my recommendation, again, of course, is to just be fair to everybody here, because council members need to hear, everything, or especially discussion portion. I guess the key would be, of course, discussion in addition to the testimony. Testimony is also very important, too, because we're still hearing, I think, some things that are a little different in terms of where we are. So anyway, that is my recommendation to recess to November 19th at 1:30, as we have been doing. That's been our practice. Or, of course, at the end of council day tomorrow. I guess that's another option, right? So, Miss Poindexter.
Yeah, I've been coughing all day.
Oh.
Sorry, but I'm not feeling well, so I don't think staying till really late is going to help me. I'm already feeling, my throat is getting
Okay, we don't
sore
want
from
to.
coughing.
Okay.
I just need to be home on meds maybe.
Right.
But I don't see me lasting till late tonight and being able to come back early in the morning. I would prefer, you know, continuing at some point when everybody agrees, instead of going out to dinner, then coming back, because then that's going to be a late night, and I have a long drive
Right.
home.
Oh, that's true. And we have a big agenda tomorrow too as well. So, okay, thank you for the input. So just so council members and the public is aware, so Mr. Kanu is still at his meeting as we speak. Mr. Onishi has left the meeting. And Mr. Kern.
I just wanted to say that I support the decision on recessing at 6:30. Yeah, we do have a long day today. I want to hear the testimony. I want to get into discussion. There's no way that I would feel comfortable getting into discussion tonight, that's for sure. I want my head to be there, and we're going to get into more of it. So I support the original, your original thinking of recessing at 6:30 and bringing it back on our next committee day. So we actually have that length. We can finish testimony and then get to discussion and be done.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Willie. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, go ahead, Ms. Ford.
Ms. Willie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to assess. I'd like to go as long as we could. I don't know. I agree with Zendo not go out and get dinner and then come back, but I don't know what the time frame, and I don't know whether if we still had a quorum without Ms. Poindexter, whether
You wouldn't have a quorum at that point, I don't think.
without. I know Drew said he would come back. He's coming back. If we could go like till 7:30, if we had a quorum, I would like to go 7:38, and at least we would get the bulk of
it,
the
yeah.
the other sites that are out there.
Okay.
And then I would ask that we reconvene, put it on tomorrow's schedule. We can do it at 3 or 4, and that's what I would do. And otherwise, I think when you say the 19th, maybe it ought to be the 18th, and not do this afternoon where we're getting people all to come here and not be able to really stay for the whole thing. You know, we set it up in the afternoon. I've been trying to push for those, you know, like where we come at 9 and we're working through it, and not where we're starting late in the afternoon.
Well, just so everyone knows, I mean, I was trying to just cancel committees and just get this completely devoted on the 19th from like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, but that didn't go over too well. So anyway, just so you know what I've tried to do, because I really want to get on with this, move on, because we have other business we do take care of. So I'm with you on that, Ms. Willie.
Okay. I mean, so if we could try to do it tomorrow and at least do some, and then if we don't, whatever, do a reasonable amount of time, and just keep working on it.
Okay.
And then move it to, if we can't do it on the 18th, and not have, we can't.
I don't know who's, Ms. Eoff has a commitment.
Okay, then if we do it on the 19th, then I'll, if I still have things on the 19th, I'll move those.
You've been accommodating with that. I appreciate that. Okay.
Okay, so I would like to leave open the possibility of doing some tomorrow. We don't have to do it, if it turns out we're all tired, we don't have to do it for a long time, but at least we'll be moving on as quickly as possible.
Okay. Ms. Ford.
Thank you. I canceled my Wednesday night reservation. I can probably get it back. I don't think the hotels are full. And I can reschedule any appointments I might have the next morning. But...
What's your preference, Ms. Ford? Just go ahead.
Well, frankly, I would like to get this over with tonight. Okay? So I'm going to make the same suggestion I made the last time. If everybody's willing to stop all public testimony and let us go into deliberations, we can deal with this. But if anybody wants to still testify, we're going to be here. So today, tomorrow, next meeting, it's going to drag on. It is now November the, what is it? The 5th.
Okay. Anyway, thank you, Ms. Ford. So, Ms. Poindexter, you said you had some kind of commitment tomorrow too, as well.
Yeah,
right?
tomorrow night I have a critical meeting
So
that I have committed to, and I just got to say it's. I know it took a long process, but we're in the second council.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. The thing that it's a very controversial issue. So to me, it went faster than a lot of things have gone. So to me, the process has moved along in a fairly, to me, a timely manner. So I don't think it just took too long. I think with this issue, there was a lot of things that we needed to do to cross our T's and dot our I's.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Poindexter. Mr. Iligan.
Mr. Chair, thank you. I just want to say let's make a decision as quickly as possible, because I've seen this before where we go on and we take 30
Okay.
to 45 minutes and we could have listened to testimony.
Okay. So we're gonna thank you, Mr. Iligan. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. So we're gonna recess the meeting at 6:30, and then we're gonna reconvene on. No, we can't, because Ms. Poindexter is not going to be available anyway. So no, we need to be fair. We need everyone's input on the discussion portion. So we'll just reconvene. We'll recess at November 19th. Well, we can put 9 a.m. and we just got to deal with committees. I mean, we need to do that. So
No.
let me check with staff. One moment.
Probably.
We're going to do 1:30 with the expectation we'll just get it done that day, because so we're going to go through the night on the 19th. If it takes that, we're going to do that and get it, we can't hear you, because I'm told
on the
that-
19th,
Right.
2 hours of that, I believe, were things that I have on.
I thought Ms. Ford had something too.
Oh, yes.
So.
Why?
And I think pretty much, unless Ms. Ford has it, I think everything was mine.
Well, I'm hearing from
So
staff, Ms. Ford.
let's check on it. I'll check with her
Ms.
before you
Ford,
give the
just tell us
time.
the answer.
I'm more than willing to waive my stuff to another.
Oh, okay, so let's do 9 o'clock then.
We gotta get this over with.
November 19th, 9 o'clock, we'll finish this on that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're recessed, so anyway, so let's continue with the testimony. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Ms. Yap, where did we leave off? Which site?
Continue for how long?
You finished, Sheila? Okay, so we're gonna go. Scott, your next two testifiers in Kona.
Okay, our last two testifiers here in Kona. We have Elston Kamaka in support of Bill 113, and we also have Nancy Redfeather in support of Bill 113.
Hello, I'm Elston Kamaka. I'm in support of Bill 113. I never knew anything about GMO until earlier this year, and once I heard about it, negative. I never liked anything I heard about it, and I still feel the same way today. I believe it's a business issue, meaning it's about money and greed, and I feel that Monsanto was sneaky since the day he started, and finally is being reviewed, and everybody's all the farmers are all in too deep now that they're worried about their living, and I feel for them, but it's not natural, so automatic. I feel that you guys should pass this bill because it's just not right. I'm sure everybody feels the same way, but I know they try to find ways to survive and make a living, but naturally it's not safe, it's not real, it's not true, it's not pure. I just hope you guys pass this bill and support this bill because it's our future, and we live naturally thousands and thousands of years, and it doesn't make sense to try and change it. So, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Your next testifier?
So my name is Nancy Redfeather, and I live with my family at Kavanui Farm, which is in Kainaliu in Makokona. I am in support of Bill 113, and I would really like to mahalo the council for being able to listen to all sides of this very complex issue. And I really think that you have achieved a clear compromise in Bill 113 that includes exemptions for all genetically engineered crops that are currently being grown on Hawaii Island at this time. And it also includes a really clear pathway for additional genetically engineered crops should they be needed in case of an emergency in the future. I think when both sides of the issue aren't that happy with the bill, I think the council can be assured that they have reached a clear compromise for both sides. I think everyone really agrees that we don't want the biotech companies to be conducting genetically engineered experimental field trials here on Hawaii Island. And I have to trust that scaring or hiring more lobbyists or strong-arming the council to defeat this bill will actually not be effective on Hawaii Island. I have recently read the legal opinions that were given to Mayor Cavallo, and I think the arguments that have been presented to him are baseless and basically show the extensive reach and power of the biotech industry over the people of Hawaii. So, of course, we cannot see everything clearly that will happen in the future, but we know that it's wise to protect and preserve our lands, preserve our water systems from contaminants, to protect future crops from contamination, to protect seed resources, and work to curb our invasive species, and improve our relationship with the University of Hawaii, so that could create a flow of knowledge from our professors to our farmers and help them to begin to understand how to farm sustainably using agroecology methods. I also don't see a clear need for an ad hoc committee at this time, but if one is needed for a particular defined reason, it should have a clear directive, and it should have a clear goal, a balanced group, and a clear timetable. So I ask that you please pass Bill 113. Uamake'eo ka'aina kapono. You are the ka'ea of this aina, and it is your kuleana to do what is pono. So, mahalo.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Redfeather. Okay, we're going to move to Kohala, your next two testifiers.
Our next testifier is Dashell Kerr, representing Erica Kerr, his children, and the students on his organic farm, seeking support and making comment on Bill 113.
Aloha, Council. Thank you for listening to my testimony. This is the third time that I've come to testify in favor of this slew of legislation, and I'm just amazed by the overwhelming support of this bill by thousands of farmers, gardeners, and consumers on the island. I think it's so clear that overwhelmingly the people of Hawaii do not want these biotechnology crops being grown here. I'd like to represent my family today. I have a beautiful family, 3 children. They grew up on organic farms, and what's so amazing to me is just how beautiful they are, and it's so clear to everyone else that sees, you know, when you eat organic food and fresh food on a regular basis, it just affects your whole body, your physical appearance, your strength, and your intelligence. And so, you know, keeping our children safe on the island, I think it's so important that you guys support this Bill 113. In addition, I have an organic farm in North Kohala where we run an agriculture institute, educating the next generation of young farmers. And we're the fastest growing group of farmers right now in the country. So, and these young farmers, they don't want to grow biotechnology GMO crops that are filled with poisons and chemicals. We want to grow organic natural food to raise healthy families that are beautiful and raise traditional heritage crops. So at our farm, we raise hundreds of varieties of crops, including over 20 varieties of traditional kalo, 20 varieties of kava, numerous banana varietals. And this bill 113 is going to protect that biodiversity, which really is our food security on this island. So again, encouraging you to support it. In addition, we are on the cutting edge of the fastest growing food sector in the world. It's growing in the billions every year, and we're leading on the cutting edge of this rapidly growing food economy. So let's position ourselves to be a global supplier of organic food and products. Please support Bill 113 and vote quickly on this issue. It is an urgent issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Next testifier, please.
Next testifier is Sheila June Winters, representing herself, speaking in support, and making comment on Bill 113.
Thank you, Council, women and men. I can hear the weariness in your voices. I understand that. But there are times when we do have to put aside our weariness for the benefit of the job that you're doing to serve us. And it seems obvious to me, as Dash pointed out, the overwhelming testimony. It's a no-brainer. The people don't want this. And in our country, thank God, the people are still the ones who run the government. We elected you with our trust that you're going to protect us, as been stated many, many times. I know that biodiversity is the answer for farming and the elimination of the necessity for using any pesticide. Again, I present Botany of Desire by Michael Pollan. It's very clear that our agriculture has gone astray in many ways, and in that going astray have created problems that it seems like only pesticides will solve, and yet those create problems, and the genetically modified organisms, gobs of problem. And it is very simple, a solution to the natural way that's been stated by many people also, usually natives who are saying that, Native Hawaiian. Thank you.
Thank you for
So I just pray that you will look to your hearts, and thank you. God bless you.
Mr. Chair, I just want a point of clarification. What's the previous testifier's name?
Yes.
The guy, the male?
Okay, well, could you state your name again for the record, please?
Dashel Kerr.
Dashel Kerr. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kerr. Okay, let's see, that takes us to Pohoa, your next two testifiers.
First, we have Ms. Janava Baldessari, representing herself, followed by Mr. Alan Reeves, also representing himself, both in support.
Hello, Council. I am in support of Bill 113. I think it's a step in the right direction. It is my hope that all GMO crops will be transformed to non-GMO crops eventually. Right now, I have the means to eat healthy, non-GMO foods or to do without. I am in the process of writing to Meadowlark Dairy on the mainland and to Malama Market, telling them I will no longer buy their GMO cottage cheese. Many people I know are careful not to buy food that is genetically modified. Unfortunately, these products are usually more expensive, and not everyone can afford to eat the way they would really like to eat. So it's the poor people who really are having to eat GMO food because they don't have alternatives. I would like to see the day when everyone is able to shop anywhere on this island and buy healthy, non-GMO products. And I thank you for your part in doing this. And I thank you for introducing this bill and for supporting it.
Thank you. Your next testifier, Pohoa.
Hi, I'm Alan Reeves. I live in Kalapana. And I just want to express my support for Bill 113. I've had the pleasure of eating fresh, organic, homegrown papaya from my friends, and it's a huge difference from the commercial papaya that I see on the markets here in Puna. And it's just amazing to me that there's so little of this wonderful, fresh, organic, homegrown papaya, and so much the GMO on the market, and I really want to encourage you to do the right thing. This is an opportunity to make a statement for the world of setting ourselves apart from the other Hawaiian Islands. To have a GMO-free island here. It's really about looking ahead to the future for our future generations. I'm trusting that you council members will do the right thing and pass this bill. It's really a good compromise, and I think it's really important to get something in place now rather than delaying further while Monsanto continues with its agenda of moving on to this island and taking over the world's food supply. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Thrive. I hope you all have, but that really sets the case for really doing the right thing and speaking out against Monsanto and these other biotech companies. So thank you for letting us all speak today.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Okay, our next two testifiers is Justin Manuel, representing himself in opposition.
My name is Justin Manuel. I oppose this bill. If we can just look at what we use in our everyday household items, from when you shampoo your hair, the soap you use, the toothpaste, you know, they all give the same kind of side effects that everybody's talking about. But why do we avoid the dangers of it? And you know, I've been a farmer for pretty much all my life. I grew up farming, and you know, it's pretty much the only thing I know I love to do. Is, you know, I feed people locally and I feed people worldwide. And I'd like you guys remember that we're not gardeners, we are farmers. We get 60+ acres of papaya, you know, and we feed the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Next testifier is Dennis Gonzalez in opposition. Good evening.
My name is Dennis Gonzalez. I was part of the team that developed the virus-resistant transgenic papaya. I strongly oppose Bill 113. Contrary to what some people say, that Hawaii Island is the last island that could be GMO-free, Hawaii Island grows more than 90% of the approved GMO crops that are grown in the state of Hawaii. The transgenic papaya is safe for the environment and the consumption, despite what people say in 3-minute sound bites. Our data has been published with no credible challenge. Cross-pollination ruining non-GMO farmers is a big point of Bill 113. I have yet to see results where a certified organic papaya farmer lost his certification due to cross-pollination by transgenic papaya. Finally, you know, the intent of Bill 113 reminds me of the words and moral of a song called One Tin Soldier. In this song, an army wanted to take away something that some people had and destroy them in the process. One might say to take away the tools that innocent farmers are using to make a living on Hawaii Island. The chorus goes as such: go ahead and hate your neighbors. Go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven. Justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day, on a bloody morning after one tin soldier rides away. This bill is like the tin soldier threatening to ruin Big Island farmers and ranchers by taking away their tools. But I predict the Big Island farmers and ranchers will not sit back. They will fight and will overcome this bill.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. We have time for probably 1 or 2 more testifiers. Why don't we transition? Kona is done. Let's see, Kohala, your next 2 testifiers.
Our next testifier is Jessica Andrews, representing herself, speaking in support of Bill 113.
Aloha, good evening.
Aloha Council, I am Jessica Andrews. I am 10 years old and support Bill 113. I thank Margaret Willie for introducing this bill. Please pass it. We do not want GMOs on this island. People will come far and wide to this island to see the island that has no GMOs. If you do not pass this bill, hundreds will be disappointed, including people who could not make it. As always, I am representing the KPF life. We will have to clean up the mess we're in. Animals, people, and plants are dying. I ask you to help us. I support Bill 113 as is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Okay, Kohala, you're next testifier.
Next testifier is Jan Roberts, representing herself, speaking in support and making comment on Bill 113.
Hello, Council. I just want to say that it's really a question. What I want to know is that in 10, 15, 20 years from now, if we know that the toxicity of the island has grown from the use of GMOs, you had a chance in 2013 to stop that. You chose not to, which would be on your conscience that you had that chance. People of the island who do not want this and do not want this toxicity have strong, deep beliefs about this, about our family, about our pets, about our children. I'd like to know that, is it going to be on your conscience that you did nothing in 2013? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Okay, thank you, public, everyone, for your patience. We will be recessing this meeting to November 19th at 9 a.m. We're in recess.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know when this will be aired on television?
It takes them about 10 days just to put the words on the bottom. So it'll be on public television in 10 days. You can go, well, they're closed now, but if you go next door, you can ask for the CDs, and then you can play them in your computer. Yeah.
Next door.
Next door, yeah. If I don't know if there's anybody there, but any business day, you just tell them this date of this meeting, the date in the meeting, and they make them for you for free. And then they call you or mail you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Hi. Oh, bunch of crap. I can't even.
Always.
Oh my god. I'm a real goosebumps. I'm shocked. I'm beside myself.
It is
Shocking.
It's
Shocking.
just,
We started at 2.
pushing.
We started at 2 p.m.
It's just pushing it off, posturing,
Unbelievable.
and see how many more GMO crops they can move in before they actually
Let's see if we
take
can
a
get it to
stand.
January. That's, I think, what we're trying to
That's what
do.
it seems like it's happening.
Pussies.
They always do that.
Pussies.
They're not
It's like
serious.
last year didn't even happen. Mwah. I didn't know you.
I'm glad you got to testify at least. So. You expect the second person to testify.
You too.
Awesome.
See you later. I'll be here tomorrow, but you know. Wow, money. Somebody gave me money. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to just hold it. Or you give it back.
Did you see this?
Yeah. I've told everybody.
The clerk says we're not supposed to have this because it hasn't been officially introduced yet.
It's got a number.
And what is this whole deal about coming in and being at 5:16 and putting it in? It hasn't been voted in, so we're not allowed to testify.
I asked Margaret, can we put this out there? She's like, yeah, tell everybody. Tell them in Kona. So I went, okay, everybody.
So at least on the 19th we can say, what's his deal? He wants to hurry up and get the process over with, but he's over here putting new amendments that's going to prolong the process.
And like half the people have testified already, so I can talk about it because I know about it.
Yeah,
but
the next people can talk about it.
yeah, the rest cannot. Unbelievable. Yes, well, I have one, so I will at least scan it, but it has a number, so it should it should be on the laser fiche.
Well,
Oh
we
my
gotta get people. I told yes, you're really disappointed.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, well, I appreciate that. He's one of those glad-handed guys. I want to know where he gets his money from to run.
He doesn't really need any money to run. I didn't see but 2 or 3 signs in my entire neighborhood, the entire district for him. He doesn't even need. He's a shoo-in. He's a lawyer. He's Jack.
So we need to get a Jack.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard run.
How about Nelson Hall?
He's fresh as district and he won't. I talked to him. No, he won't do it. He was Brittany's legislative aide though. I'm not sure what he's doing right now. He used to work for the wastewater department. Yeah, and then he was Brittany Smart's ledge aide. And I'm not sure what he's doing. I know, I talked to him. Do we know anybody that wants these? I'm trying to carry these. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well,
Okay then.
I can go home now.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. Meeting on Thursday. Bunny's coming. She wants to talk to us about a drone action of some sort. She wants us to build a drone.
I was in San Diego when, what's her name?
Medea Benjamin.
Medea Benjamin came and we did a drone action. That was hot.
Well, and I know Jim has, like, oops, a 1/8 scale drone. Like, but it's big, you know? You carry it behind a truck or something.
All right, so I'm there.
So it sounded to me like your big puppet idea. She wants to do some sort of street theater.
Yeah.
So, yes, do you want one of those? Or all of them? I'm trying to move them.
I know.
I'm tired of carrying them around. And I have 20 more at home.
Well, we gotta get this all over. This is
this is ridiculous.
And you might put in there, this is the same guy that was bemoaning how much it's costing.
Yes.
Taxpayers.
Actually, it was Zendo bemoaning.
No, it was him.
It was him too?
Yeah.
And here we go.
And Zendo hopped on it too.
Are you kidding me? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
So what's the best day for it? Friday?
How are you?
Going outside.
Take care. Rapid, slowly but surely. Oh, as far as
So, Carrie Marks.
I'm very disappointed in my council.
You know, I think the meeting is in Kona. My note says
It is in Kona. Yeah, I checked.
Hello. How are you?
I thought that if they're at different sites, we notice that, okay, so and so will be at their sites. And if we lose connection there, then we shut down. But there are other sites where no council members are allowed.
If this was a teleconference meeting.
Okay, hold on, folks. I'm getting packed up. I'm almost there.
All sites have to remain open. Yeah. It's only if only say all 9 was here, then Kau goes down or Neil goes down. We'll send them home, no problem.
So once we have council members that more than one
Exactly.
site,
Then all sites become frozen.
There's no exception to it, nothing, no law or
Just
rule
research.
So if there's if council members are at more than one site, then all sites.
All sites are
One goes down,
sunshine
that's
sites.
it. I know we keep getting technical issues
so if
with
they're
other
all
sites.
together, then it's okay.
Then it's okay. Then if any place goes down, no problem.
Oh, but if they're separate.
Yeah. So in my class, remember my sunshine class, I said, if you have one big vote, something gotta pass.
Yeah,
that
unless
day.
they be here.
Just better not to even participate. You get enough votes in here. We need the corner guys. Just tell the corner guys don't participate. There's so much bad thing because something in Kau could happen. that can shut down Bill and Corn. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you talk to the clerk with to let the council know.
I'll see you, Karen.
See ya. Coming tomorrow. All right. Coming tomorrow, Stuart? Are you sure? I know, right?
7 cents a pound versus 70. You
Okay then, well, it's exciting out here. Holy moly.
Huh?
Holy moly, what's going on down here? Sada's taking on the whole group of papaya farmers. Sada is a warrior.
This is what should be filmed.
This is being filmed. Okay, so anyway, I was going to do the wrap up, but
hang on, listen to this. This point is the best one, which is show me somebody that can grow it. That is the best. That was his thing.
yes, 19th is in Kona.
See you go there. You didn't hear what I said.
It's more
What
cool.
professional? What are you talking about?
You have a website where you're professional.
What's your website?
Are you GMO free, Hawaii?
What's your website? My website's right now.
I promise you've never heard of it.
Professional troublemakers. They don't stop. They don't grow a fucking thing, but they're good at what they do. Now my wife's into it. I gotta go pull my wife out.
That bitch used to be my neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They're losing it. They're losing it big time. It's hilarious to me. You guys are making it so funny. What the hell? We have nothing.
Easy.
They're losing it. Eric Leonard chased me through the parking lot.
When?
Like a week ago or so. I was here for some other thing, and I don't know why he was even here. And I was sitting in the corner here smoking a cigarette. He comes and like stands right over me. He goes, "So, how do you correlate your smoking with your GMO stance? With your anti-GMO stance?" And I looked at him like a snotty bitch, and I go, "What makes you think I'm anti-GMO?" And he goes, "You're sure?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." You got me.
You gotta stick up.
And then I was saved by the bell. My phone rang. So my phone rang, and I was like, "Oh, I got it." So I get up and I walk away and answer my phone, and then I turn around and look behind him, and he's got his great big iPad up there. He's taking a picture of me. Like he's even trying to get around me.
Otherwise, I'm gonna go have a
Like I'm gonna be intimidated. That was fun, yeah. Oh my god. That was hilarious. I don't know. Can you all hear any of this?
Come on, let's go!
Wow, wow, wow. Sada's still down there with the papaya farmer. Okie dokie, folks. These. How much fun was that? A lot. Right? Okay, so there's still Nomi and Jen and Chandel are still in there bothering the two councilwomen that are brave enough to talk to them. And New York Times reporter guy is still in there. And
So what is the point of having us examine?
somebody left a cane here. And it's calmer now. They just can't stay away from here. In case you don't know, remember the Monsanto secret meeting room video from May, right?
Really?
Yes, that's the lady that was standing in front of me. And
That's
told me,
the one.
you just need to learn how to coexist.
Oh, they should say
She
that.
told me I need to learn how to coexist. That's the center. Because she's 6 feet tall, for real. Should be an awesome center.
When we make your testimony.
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah, they're really mean.
They are.
Yeah. So so I didn't finish my so Eric Weiner took my video with his great big iPad. So I was like,
You were trying to take
"No,
the
I'm
cigarette.
calling back," and so I hung up with her and turned on my video and started, and then he turned around and walked away. So I chased him all the way down the parking lot.
Oh, cool.
It was sort of stalkerish, a little bit. But come on.
Well, no, but you present it in a way, like when you talk to me.
Yeah.
No, we're having a good conversation. I was just telling it.
You're
when
getting
you talk
pulled
to me,
away.
I understand some points, so.
Now the papaya people are fighting with the papaya people. They're testy. So, all right.
Good night, you guys.
Oh, they found some media outside. That's where they're going.
Yeah.
Was that fun or what?
Yeah, it'll be good. You do good, you get good. Patience is a virtue, by the way.
You do. I agree.
All of them
I
there.
find it interesting that Yashimoto.
I don't know how you can sit there for so long with such intense
wasting
emotion.
taxpayers'
I
money.
just,
Now
it's like I was thinking about politics until I saw you guys sitting around. I can't do it. I don't know how you guys do it.
But what is that? Yeah, and it's okay. But like I said, just keep a positive mind. You do good, you get good. Don't attack. I mean, we don't attack. If other people attack, let them attack, but don't attack back. You just do
They're
good, you
losing
get
it.
good.
But yeah.
If it's a good thing, it'll be a good thing. But we gotta do it just
Organic.
no, with non-threatening.
GMO. But I told him I was disappointed.
Oh yeah, you have every right to.
I said,
You have every right to say whatever you want to him.
I can't believe y'all convened at 2 and we're out of here by 6. I mean,
We were here from I was here from 8 o'clock.
So was I. But you know what?
Right.
This is a regular council. This is a council now. Why are we on committee day all the time?
My thing is, I'm real sick.
I know you are.
I could have left. I told them they could continue. I didn't mind them continuing. I cannot. I have like an hour drive home.
That's fine.
Yeah, and then I want to be back here tomorrow.
Now,
They're here.
the GMO price.
I want to be done with this issue.
$100 per acre.
Is it per acre? No, it's not.
Big time. Yes, the 19th.
Registration is $100.
What time did we say?
per acre.
I forget already. Is it 9 or 1:30?
Well, I mean, if I have 10 acres, it's $1,000.
Did anybody write it down?
I was hoping I can get
I
to
could have said with that. Yeah.
We'll be here tomorrow. I mean, no.
Issue like this is very hard.
Anyway, they're really on their 5 horses.
Naomi, is going to come back on the 19th?
If I can raise some airline miles, absolutely. Hawaii.
So,
Hawaii.
are you
I'm here as the president of Vapes Against Biotech, which is a nonprofit.
see, like, I would never be able to be president.
You'd have to be in Bros Against Biotech.
Oh, bros?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole big thing is
Well, everybody's a babe. We consider the Bros babes too.
Really?
Yeah, anybody who wants to stop GMOs and wants to help
You
us
never talked to a
stop
female then.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, babe. Start work tomorrow, 8 a.m. Just kidding.
Tell me where to leave. This is the company. Count me in.
Volunteer and go to babesagainstbiotech.org. Seriously.
So what are you
get
looking
with
for?
us. I need research help. Basically, I need a research assistant, but I can't afford to hire one. I can't even pay myself. So I need. It's best if I can split my work. Why am I doing this? So that we can live. Because I like to live, and I like babies.
You are just so demanding.
I demand that we not be poisoned. Absolutely. I demand that we be allowed to procreate with healthy babies as a result.
All right.
It's not $100 an acre.
Alright, we'll live to fight another day, I guess. I'm super disappointed that we're not all having a slumber party, though. Super.
Are you surprised?
I brought food.
I brought food too.
I'm ready. I'm ready to camp.
We knew it wasn't going to go. You know, I'm with you. I'm disappointed, but I seen their agenda for tomorrow, so I knew this wasn't going to go late.
Their agenda for tomorrow is not so bad.
Seemed long to me.
No, no. I've seen 19 and 26 page agendas that they still got through in a day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Take that challenge and then we can demonstrate.
They should be doing this after
change
lunch.
subjects and ask you about something from earlier today.
Okay, should we sign off? We're going to sign off. 33 viewers that are still standing here watching us in the hallway.
Dragging you into all the.
I have to go to the airport.
Do you have a ride?
Yes.
Love you.
I love you guys. Oh, I didn't get you a squeeze? No, not even.
Squeeze you. I love it.
More
We'd like to thank you guys for coming, but we're going to have to escort you guys out.
Oh, do they lock the walkways too? Oh.
There's one over there. There's one over there. Depending where you guys park, there's otherwise open.
Okay. Oh, can I ask you a personal question?
Okay.
But first I need to know your name.
Me?
Yeah.
Depends on.
What's your first name?
Name is Bob.
Bob, Shenda.
How's it going?
Okay.
You know,
So, yep, they're kicking us out of the hallway even. I gotta go. Please follow us on Twitter, Occilo Media, OCCHILOMEDIA. Yes, I hope that we will stream the next thing. I'll be back here for council tomorrow.
Don't quote me on that.
If anybody wants to watch,
Yeah.
I'll
The best
stream
person
that.
to
Otherwise,
ask
I
about that
usually
would be the
just record
clerk.
it, but-
on another day.
Facebook,
Thank
yes,
you very much.
please. We are Occupy Hilo. Search Occupy Hilo on Facebook. What else? There's an event page for this too, actually, that's made by people. So search Bill 113 Facebook group or Facebook event page. Okay, and they're locking the doors. I gotta go. Okay, bye, bye everybody. Ahoy ho. Say bye. Bye.